download all the drivers, and burn them to CD. You will not have access to your USB ports once Windows 7 is installed. So you need to have all this before you install Windows 7. In other words, that's why you need the PS2 keyboard and the PS2 mouse. Hey guys, this is Joe Tech from Joe Tech Tips. We're on Facebook and Twitter and now Instagram. I want to teach you on how to install Windows 7 on the X399 gigabyte motherboard. This is a pain in the neck to do. There are many prerequisites. You will need a PS2 keyboard and a PS2 mouse. You have to have these two devices. You can use a converter that converts USB to PS2 for mouse and keyboard. These two will work. If you have the ability to, if you have a Y adapter that goes from one PS2 to two mouse and keyboard, like a Y adapter, that'll work as well. You need to download from Gigabyte's website all the drivers. The ones I have listed above are the ones that you need to make this work. Okay, so and you need to do it in a specific order. This is an optional step. If you're familiar with AutoPatcher, it's something you may want to look into. This downloads all the updates for Windows 7. It's a third-party application. It works very well, and I use it all the time with Windows 7. That's the up to Windows 7. It works great. So this is the chipset driver. It's listed as Windows 10. This is backward compatible for Windows 7, so you can download this. This is important because without it, you won't be able to do anything. This is the driver for the network. This is the driver for your Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, and you can also get that here. Make sure you leave the OS set to all. Do not change it to Windows 7 because you'll actually lose things. As you notice, the chipset driver is gone. And you need that. So I already did this preliminary stuff for you. This is Night, also an option. I have it download all the runtimes and Firefox browser and Foxit Reader and all that stuff. This is the .NET 4.6 runtime, 4.6.2, and this needs to be installed before you can install USB. Okay, so so what I want you to do is download all of these. Well, the drivers, this is optional. Download all the drivers and burn them to CD. So you need to have all this before you install Windows 7. In other words, you will not have access to your USB ports once Windows 7 is installed. That's why you need the PS2 keyboard and the PS2 mouse. Step 1, download all the drivers, burn them to CD. You will not have access to the USB ports at all. 2, stick the Windows 7 disk in the drive, plug in the PS2 mouse in the back of the port. It's either a keyboard or a mouse. You can't have both unless you have a Y adapter. Boot off of the CD-ROM, start the installation process. You can click through all the options with the PS2 mouse with no problem whatsoever. Once it's finished installed, it'll reboot a couple of times. It'll prompt you for the name of the computer. Unplug the mouse, plug in the keyboard, reset, reboot. It'll be no mouse, and you can maneuver with the tab key and the shift tab to go through the options. Type in the name of the computer, hit tab a couple times until the next is highlighted, hit the enter key, and move on. Then you could shut down the machine. So Windows 7 Service Pack 1. You don't need the keyboard for that. The mouse will work perfectly fine. After that is done, reboot, leave the mouse installed, eject the driver CD for the Service Pack 1, because at this point nothing is going to show up. You're not going to have any network, you're not going to have any USB, you're not going to have anything except a mouse or a keyboard or both of the other Y adapter and the CD-ROM drive, which will be accessible. Then after you do Service Pack 1, you reboot again. And then you install the CD you burned with all the drivers on it. So you get your network going, you get your Wi-Fi and Bluetooth going if you want, because most people don't use Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, but it's also good just to have those drivers installed so the device manager looks clean. Then do the .NET framework, then do the USB driver, and then reboot from that, and then if you wanted to do the auto patcher for the operating system for all the drivers, all the necessary updates and stuff, you can use auto patcher. Very similar, very, very straightforward. It works great, and you're done. If you have video cards and stuff, once you come online with the driver for the network card, you'll be golden with that, and then you can download either your NVIDIA driver or your AMD driver for your video card, and you're done, and you're rocking and rolling. That is the steps. I will have all the steps listed on the screen so you can copy them down. They're also going to be in the description below on where to go and what to do, because I want you guys to understand how this is done. It's important that you follow these steps verbatim. If you have any questions, comment below. I will answer anything you wish. I'm here for your support. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care, and we'll see you next time. Creative Labs iRaw. Plug it in like this. The inside of this is really impressive. 100A in the Prius. The AC adapter, 1 amp charger, and it's big, and it's made out of aluminum. Okay, as you can see, the backup is complete. Like so. And now you can create the RAID array. I mean, for the price difference between the two,